Good morning, and thank you for joining me as we continue our daily devotions. Today, we're looking at the book of Colossians, the 3rd chapter, verses 1 through 17. So if you haven't read that yet, pause the video and check that one out. The title for today's devotion is 3 Steps for Better Communication. Now, does it ever feel like you and your spouse speak completely different languages? You say one thing and your spouse hears something completely different. And so that begins an evening of arguing. See, marriage is a gift meant to bring us joy, to make us more like Jesus, and to be a visible example of God's love for His children. And communication is often the biggest obstacle to what marriage is intended to be. So how do you change? How do you communicate better together? So here are the 3 steps. Number 1, it starts with you. See, it's easy to point the finger at your spouse. Think about how often you start sentences with, "If you would only fill in the blank." See, the end of that sentence might be an area of weakness for your spouse, but you can't control their actions. You can only control your own. Improving communication starts by pointing the finger back at yourself and asking Jesus to show you your sin. The second step for a better communication: examine your heart. See, what comes out of your mouth, the words that you speak, it's a reflection of what's going on inside your heart. And chances are, if there's an issue, the problem starts in your heart and not with your words. And the third step is listen to the Holy Spirit. See, the Holy Spirit gives you the power to change the way you communicate with your spouse. Your conversations don't need to be filled with anger and slander and foul language. Instead, as you follow Jesus, you can show grace for each other's faults. You can forgive one another, submit to one another, and love one another. It's pretty easy to guess which of those behaviors produces better communication. So better communication, it doesn't happen overnight. It's a daily decision to love God, love your spouse over yourself. Have a great day.